So let me just do a quick introduction of everybody. Nitaanza na the team and then I'll go to the arts. But unajua wasanii obviously. So with me we have Abby. Abby is the Vice President of Operations, Muziki Media. Yeye ndio part of organizing team, yeah? And then next to Abby kuna Ria, yeye ndio Executive Director of A&R and Marketing. A&R ni anasaidia wasanii, yeah? Anaitwa Ria. And then tuko na Camila Owora, yeye ni Regional Manager wa Ziki Media. And then tuko na Yami, the beautiful Yami, na tuko na msanii Rayvanny. Sasa tutauliza maswali za around the event nini. You can address them to Abby or Ria or Camila, lakini mtazungumzana kwa Kizungu ndio waelewe Kiswahili. Nawaomba. And then after that maybe some questions for the artist and then we break. Please let's make it quick because we don't want to lose the sunlight. Santini.
Thank you so much for inviting us. And Camila, that is the only name that I've gotten.
Camila, Ria, and Abby. Yeah.
I'm called Sifanyi from Sawa Media. I'd really like to ask about Ziki. It's called what? Media.
Ziki Media.
Ziki Media.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us about Ziki Media because everyone who have just been listening about Ziki Media, but they do not really know what is Ziki Media.
So we are a distribution company based across Africa. So we really like to see ourselves as people who help grow African talent. I think, we're very present in East Africa, which is why probably you've heard the name here and there. But what we do essentially is we help artists release their music and grow their content beyond their current markets.
So maybe which artist have you really tried before assisting in Kenya, maybe?
In Kenya, we have Otile Brown, we have Saru with us, we have Lexil, we have Ndovuku, Kevin Bahati, quite a few others as well.
So that means that every musician who is performing at Z-Jam is under your
I'll say almost all of them are. We have a few local Mombasa musicians as well, just to kind of represent, the local city that we're in. But the majority of them are with us, yes.
Maybe I would love to ask you, why did you guys really decide just to do the event during December period? And also, as you can see, it's the time that most probably salary. It's the time that salary. I mean, people have already gotten their salaries. Why did you decide just to do this event in Mombasa?
Okay, no, it's of course because December is a festival season across, and that's the reason we decided to do it in December. We were discussing we discussed with Camila as well, and then Camila suggested that Mombasa will be the best location and December will be the best time to do this event. We looking around some of the venues in Nairobi as well at that point in time when we have selected that we are going to do this event. But then when team decided and team selected and then Camila suggested, that's the reason we said, okay, let's do it in Mombasa.
And I want to ask, can you mention one musician in Mombasa that is under Z production media?
Specifically from Mombasa, region-wise, maybe Camila can advise us. Okay, which artist is specifically from Mombasa is currently with ZK Media? Yeah, because we normally sign them as if, as a VP, I normally look at them from the Kenya perspective rather than a regional perspective. But sure, she must be having some names which she can share with you.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting us here in Latvia. And I'd like to ask because as I see the venue entrance is 2,000 for the regular tickets and 6,000 for the VIP tickets. But there's somebody who's out there, maybe he or she can't afford. Maybe tell us why did you decide to place the charges at that cost? And secondly, I'd like to know the concept behind this event, this concept.
Okay, so the pricing of the ticket and the concept, it all it depends on the planning when you do the planning. So when we have done the planning and when we know what kind of artists we are inviting, what kind of venue we are looking for, and what kind of setup we are doing, you need to do some of the calculation and you need to do some of the planning. And based on that planning, we decide, okay, what can be the best ticket price for the event. Plus, we have not selected ticket price only based off our planning. We also looked out that, okay, what kind of entry some of the clubs are charging within Mombasa. So we've been to some of the local clubs in Mombasa. We use those clubs for activation as well. And then when we went there, we saw that what kind of ticket price those clubs are having. So based on them, we actually decided, okay, what can we put here to match the level the people they are paying here as an entry ticket.
Okay, and I'd love to know how will this concert per se impact you and also others out there, maybe for the artists.
Sorry, I'm not so sure if I got your question. Your question
How will
is?
this whole event or concert impact you as a person, you as a businessman?
Impact us
Yeah.
as a businessman.
Yeah.
I will see. Well, we are looking for a positive impact. Of course, it should be commercially viable.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to be commercially viable, then we can keep on doing such events more and more. That's what we are looking for.
So
However, yeah, sorry.
So that means this is your first event.
In Mombasa, yes.
Which other place have you done?
In Kenya, we did it in Nawasha as well, as Afro Washa. We did it last year, last year, I
2
think.
years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. And then we have done in some other countries as well. But for Kenya, this is our second. We did in Nawasha and the second is in Mombasa. Yeah.
Okay, will you offer maybe some upcoming artists the platform to showcase their talents maybe around Mombasa County? So this is the first event in Mombasa County, sorry.
No, of course, we always looking for a fresh talent and we always, try to push them that, they can definitely become and they can definitely do better what they are doing. As our distribution system, as we are connected to all the streaming platform, it is very much possible for us to plug you into all those platforms and then to make you available globally. So whenever an artist feels like they have a talent and they they can definitely have that in them as an X factor where they can become a big artist, we always approach them. They can also approach us and we don't charge any specific fee. There is no fee at all. So we support everyone. There is no minimum fee required. Look, you have to pay this much, only then you can connect our network. So there is no charge at all. As long as you believe in yourself and you have a regular content, then we will help you to put you across.
Okay, a question here. Probably I'm Richie from MRS Media. Now I'm asking, what's the process of joining Zijam? Maybe there's an artist there, he or she is upcoming, and then maybe they want to join Zijam. So what's the process of joining?
Sorry, process of joining Zijam or process of joining Ziki Media?
Ziki Media, sorry.
Right. So, we have local team based out of Nairobi. Plus, we have some of our email IDs which are available on internet. So, you can send your details on contact@zikimedia.com. And then, you can share your details. Team will go through it. And then if everything goes well, then, we can sign an agreement and then we can go from there. It's very simple.
As I can see, a lot of people do events in Mombasa. They do so well, maybe first event, second event, then later on you just see them, they are disappeared. What have you planned? Are you going to be consistent or just for one?
Yeah, you see, ma'am, as I said, it's important. See, there are two aspects associated to it. One, when you do the event, you want to put a brand out there. Okay. However, the reality is it's also important that you get a commercial viability of the event. Okay. Some of the event you see that they have done really well, but commercially they have not done well. End of the day, you have to pay bills, you have to pay for everything. So if if commercial viability is there and if we get the support from artists like which we have, then we keep on doing it. I mean, why not? Yeah, well, that's the industry we are in, and then we will keep on doing it with all your support as well, of course. If you will keep on supporting us, you promote more, we'll sell more, we get more, we do more.
I'm Peter from PDM Media. In Kenya, there has been this discussion that we are not playing the local music, and then we are bringing more artists to come to perform in Kenya. then exporting our artists to come to go to perform out there. So as a company, what are you doing maybe to address the issue of bring the local music, or rather to promote the artists you have signed from Kenya to go to perform in other, continents, or maybe outside Africa? So as a company, what are you doing?
I mean, I think Ria can.
So I think that's really a marketing, thing to discuss, because at the end of the day, people outside will want artists to come and perform when they've heard their music. So, and nowadays the main way that we consume music is digitally. So what we really do is we try to get our artists on as many playlists as possible to promote them outside as much as possible, and also get them as many collaborations as possible, so that we can get them listened to outside and then get them performing outside.
Okay, thank you. And last question, if you allow me, many artists, like recently there's been a trend that artists are signing the contract form, and when things go wrong, they say, I didn't understand a certain aspect in the contract. So as a company, what do you do? Like, what's special about you that you have not had an issue of Ziki Media versus artists or versus a contract?
So, look, I believe every company has their conflicts, but what we always suggest and what we always encourage is try to get legal advice. Should you need clarity on the contract, please come to us, we will explain. That's our main thing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me, thank you so much. Sorry, I've forgotten your name. Camila. Yes. We've seen you people have really worked so hard, mostly on media tours, because we saw also Rayvanny went to Citizen TV. Of course, doing all that is not easy. It's not really an easy task. It's sort of an investment also. Maybe you can tell us, how did you really people work out to know that these are the kind of people, or these are the kind of just people that you can work with, or sponsors, so that this event will to be successful? Because you guys have been running throughout, you've been everywhere.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Faith.
Yes. Thank you for the question, Faith. So, of course, the success of the event is based off a number of factors. The major one being the two artists who you can see sitting here, and everyone else who is on the lineup. But to make the event extremely successful, definitely we need to work with different people, and we need to give gratitude, first of all, to the county of Mombasa. For one, giving us the opportunity to host the event in Mombasa, and they have been very supportive in terms of leading up to the event. Selecting the partners is not easy, but we look for people who believe in the vision that we have. And for us, our vision is to mainly drive East African music to the world.
Okay, and which criteria did you guys use so that at least we see now Rayvanny is here, also Otile Brown will be performing.
Yes.
We also have a very beautiful lady from Tanzania, Yami. How did you really guys come up with these people, this idea of having these artists to come and perform on Zijam?
Yeah, so we're data-driven. We're a data-driven company, and coming to the decision of selecting the artists that we have selected and actually selecting Mombasa is, you find when it comes to streaming, because our music is very heavy on, our business is very heavy on streaming, the artists who we have selected are all doing very well on music streaming platforms in Mombasa. Of course, Nairobi is also a leading region or a leading city in terms of their music streams. But for Mombasa, the artists that you've seen that we've selected was mainly because of the data that we have used in terms of their streaming, and definitely the fan base. So all the artists that we have selected have a very strong fan base in Mombasa, and that was the reason why we had selected them. Yeah.
Sawa, asante. Bwana, swali litakuwa tu kwa Rayvanny, lakini baadaye atakuwa anamalizia na pengine matarajio yako kwenye show na mashabiki pia wafahamu kitu gani. Kwanza pongezi sana kwa ngoma yako ya Kitu Kizito ambayo uliachia na Miso Misondo pale. Inafanya poa kabisa. Na lakini before that ukitangaza kipindi ulipost Instagram pale ile cover kwake na ukisema kwamba unakuja kuachia ile kazi. Lakini kwenye comments zilikuwa nyingi sana. Moja watu ambao walicomment pale ni pamoja na Salamu SK. Alikuja pale akacomment akasema kwamba bwana mzee wa upepo, vitu kama hivyo. Diamond pia akaja pale chini akacheka. Lakini kuzungumzia kuhusiana na muziki wa upepo, Otile Brown tulifanya naye interview na akasema kwamba yeye hafanyi muziki wa upepo. Nahitaji kufahamu kwako wewe, je, unapendaga kufanya muziki ambao una trend kwa muda fulani alafu unapotea, ama wewe unapendaga kufanya muziki ambao utadumu na kusikilizwa kwa muda?
Hakuna muziki ambao unafanywa kwa upepo au muziki wa upepo. Muziki si unafanywa kwa upepo. Sielewi mnakuwa mna maana gani, lakini mimi ninachojua kwamba muziki unaishi, unaelewa sijui. Na ndio maana sisi nyimbo tunazitoa tunaweza tukaziacha zenyewe zikabaki tu. Kwa sababu hata sasa ukitaka utafute nyimbo za zamani miaka 50 iliyopita unazipata. Na nyimbo hizi zinasikilizwa kila siku. Unaelewa sijui. Ingawa sasa wimbo huwezi ka trend kila siku. Hata Otile Brown anakuambia afanye muziki wa upepo. Sio kama nyimbo zake zita trend kila siku. Kuna muda nyimbo inasikika, kuna muda you need to drop new music kwa sababu ule wimbo unakuwa watu wanaupenda lakini it's an old song. Wangapi hapa mnapenda nyimbo za zamani? Si wengi tu. Lakini sio nyimbo ambayo utaiona kwenye trending au utaiona ipo kwenye playlisting za radio, haiwezi kuwepo. Zitaplaywa nyimbo current, unaelewa sijui. Kwa muziki wowote unaoimba utakuja, utapita, na ndio maana kila siku studio zipo nataka tutoe muziki mipya. Kwa mimi ninapofanya muziki nafanya kitu ambacho najua watu watakipenda. Watu wakikipenda, hata wakipenda siku moja unatosha. Lakini usiite muziki wa upepo. Kwa sababu huo ukipita mwaka kuna mwingine hata usikiliza na ataupenda pia. Speaking about upepo walimaanisha kwamba unajua kuna vitu vina trend. Kuna slogan inaweza kana trend size. Msanii anatengenezea wimbo. Kuna tukio linaweza likawa limetokea sasa hivi. Umewaka si moto sehemu gani? Mtu kautolea wimbo. Sio kuna kitu kingi kimetokea, mtu kakitolea wimbo. Hiyo ndo upepo. Lakini sasa mimi ni mtu ambaye waga naangalia kitu ambacho kina benefit. Nilisikiliza kazi za Misondo, nikaona alichofanya, nikaona kuna idea ninayo ambayo nikimatch na ile kitu itakuwa kali. Na nimefanya kweli, imekuwa successful. It's a number 1 song in the country right now. Also bana. Lakini pia una streams nyingi. Watu wanafanya challenges on TikTok. So it's not bad. Wakimaliza, wakichoka, natoa nyingine. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, bwana Rayvanny Tizo Media. Swali langu mimi inaangalia tu kwenye label. Sasa as we speak Tanzania kuna label kama 4 ambazo ni maarufu sana, naongelea Kusubiri, naongelea Next Level, bwana Konde Gang na Kings Music.
Yes.
Ukiangalia katika zile label, moja tu ambao ni Wasafi ndio kuna msanii wa kike. Anafanya vitu ambavyo ni Zuchu. Konde Gang ni kama hivyo alilemba hivi Angela akasema. Na juzi ulipokuwa Nairobi uliahidi kwamba next year 2024 Next Level huende katambulisha msanii mpya. Labda utaje kuna uwezekano wa Next Level kuchukua msanii wa kike?
Yeah, tuna plan kuchukua wasanii wa kike kwa sababu at the end of the day talents ziko nyingi sana. Na Tanzania kuna uhaba sana wa talents za kike. Umesema label 4 lakini naweza nikamwambia ziko 5. Kuna African Princess pia na msanii wao ni Yami. Yes, kwa hiyo tuna plan Next Level kuwa na msanii wa kike pia. Kwa hiyo sio muda mrefu tutatangaza ni msanii gani na watu watajua.
Na umepanga kupeleka Next Level, kampuni yako inaitwa Next Level?
Yes.
Kuleta nchi za nje kama Kenya, Uganda, yani
kupanua. Kuna wasanii pia tunaongea nao hapo Kenya, kuna wengine tunaongea nao sehemu tofauti. Kuna wa Zimbabwe, kuna wapi wanakucheki kwamba you can sign me na nini, lakini kuna process mpaka uweze kumsign msanii. Kwa sababu pale tu manage talent yake. Una manage pia tabia yake. Una manage pia yeye ambavyo ana act, unanielewa sijui. Kwa sababu msanii anaweza kuwa na talent lakini kiburi, hamwezi fanya kazi. Atakuzimia simu. Kwa hiyo at the end of the day unaangalia vitu vingi mpaka uweze kumwachia msanii.
So we should expect.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Sure. That's next level.
Sure.
Okay.
Kwake Yami pengine kama tatia neno.
Maybe 2 questions then we wind up.
Sawa. Kwake Yami, wewe ndo sasa hivi pia msanii wa kike ambaye ameshasema kutoka kwa African Princess pale, msanii wa kike na unafanya poa kabisa. Bwana, kumekuwa na story mtandaoni kwamba Nandi anakuweka sana mikoani, aplete mjini, akufanyia brand vitu kama hivyo ili ukaenda level za juu pia watu wengi wakakufahamu, unajua. Mpaka ishaizungumziwa hiyo issue. Nahitaji kufahamu pengine chini ya carpet pengine kuna mikakati ambayo pengine huko mnapokuwa ofisini pamoja na Nandi kuhakikisha kwamba pia wewe sasa hivi utakuwa unatolewa nje tu kama hivyo.
Kwanza tangu nilivyoanza mpaka sasa hivi nilipofikia kuna tofauti kubwa. Watu wengi mmenijua, kwa hiyo sidhani kama ananifungia ndani. Wao wamenijua kupitia African Princess, si ndio? Yeah, kwa hiyo nimekuwa kupitia lebo ile na bado naendelea kukua.
Sure. Sawa. Mashabiki wa Mombasa, na hisi ni mara yako kwanza kuja kupiga show hapa Mombasa. Watarajie nini pengine, lakini pia umejipangaje kwa show?
Mashabiki zangu wa Mombasa kwanza nawapenda sana, wananisupport sana, wanasikiliza sana mziki wangu, lakini pia watarajie mambo mazuri zaidi. Tuko hapa kwa ajili yao.
Sawa, na kwako Rayvanny, pengine mashabiki wa Mombasani na wale wengine ambao pia wamekuja Mombasani ni kwa ajili ya show ya Zijam, umewaandalia nini pengine?
Mimi nafikiri tumeandaa vitu vingi vizuri, especially mimi nimeandaa vitu vingi vizuri kwa ajili yao, lakini vingi surprise, au so bana?
Sure.
Kwa hiyo mimi nafikiri watu wanapoona hii interview, kama walikuwa wana plan ya kukosa au wengine walikuwa hawajui ndio wameona muda huu, wachukue tiketi au wafike pale Mombasa Sports Club tarehe 9 tukiwashe, au so bana? Vitu vingi vizuri vitakuwepo.
Swali moja labda yangu kwa Yami. Yami umeweza kuja Kenya, hasa Mombasa, probably ndo mara ya kwanza. So like my question is, are you planning any collaboration na any artist from Kenya? Labda tujue.
Yeah, nazo na zingine bado zinaendelea kuja. Ni surprise nadhani.
Sasa tutarajie collab zingine kutoka.
Yeah, collab nyingi.
Organizers wa Zijam, what should we really expect for this show? What have you guys really done different from the other shows that has been happening?
I think for that one you'll need to wait and see at the show.
Just give us a tip.
No, I think
Music director.
Sorry?